Tail of the tape for this fight brought to you by Celsius. You see Shane Burgos, only 32 years of age, but that still makes him 12 years older than Yamato Nishikawa. Burgos is also 4 inches taller than the diminutive Nishikawa. Both men weighed in at 156 pounds. 1 inch advantage on the arms and 2 inches in favor of Burgos on the legs. Andy Shepard, take it away.
The following fight is a PFL regular season contest in the lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He is a mixed martial arts specialist and stands 5 feet 7 inches tall. He weighed in officially at 155 3/4 pounds and holds a professional record of 21 wins, 4 losses, and 6 draws. Fighting out of Hokkaido, Japan, Yamato Nishikawa! And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he is a striking specialist and stands 5 feet 11 inches tall. He weighed in officially at 155 3/4 pounds and has built a professional record of 15 victories and 4 defeats. Fighting out of Monroe, New York, Hurricane Shane Burgos!
Hurricane Shane's mom looking on.
The referee in charge, Brett McKeon.
Brett McKeon, equipped with the ref cam. Burgos in the red trunks.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Fight!
Nishikawa in the gray. Either of these fighters can clinch a playoff spot with a first-round finish. Nishikawa immediately goes to work on the leg of Shane Burgos. He had some success in his first outing against Clay Collard. Nishikawa going back and forth on the stances.
Nishikawa staying very busy and of course going right back to those leg kicks that we saw against Clay Collard.
Nasty clash there. You can see how undersized Nishikawa is in comparison to Burgos.
Yep.
Doesn't let him bother him though. The same was true when he fought Clay Collard.
He says he enjoys defeating opponents that are stronger than him. Burgos definitely a lot bigger. Burgos really trying to set up that right hand.
More on this fight. Send it over to Brett Okamoto.
Yeah, thank you, Sean. Spoke to Shane's Burgos' team right before he walked out there, and they said, man, we've told him he badly wants those points. You've heard him say that all week, but we don't want him to just be hunting the knockout. You hunt the knockout, you look for the knockout, it's not going to come. You just have to go out there and be Shane, and the points will come. And then I asked him, quite frankly, if he doesn't get it done in the first round, will he be demoralized, and are you worried about him in the second and third round? They said, we hope not, but we're going to see what happens. We really don't know. It's a situation we have not been in before.
Burgos changed levels here and took down Yamato Nishikawa, who now works off his back.
Watch the back of the head.
Nice head movement and level change by Burgos. Followed through with the double leg, captured the hips of Nishikawa, put him on his back.
Yeah, and Shane Burgos has taken a lot of inspiration from Bubba Jenkins and Chris Wade, who were able to get first-round finishes. And he believes he can win on the feet or on the ground. So this shouldn't be a surprise to us anyway. He said he might look for the takedown and look for a rear naked choke if he can get the back of Nishikawa.
Chance of Shane raining down from the crowd as Burgos goes to work with the left hand. Nishikawa keeping the guard closed so far.
Shane unable to posture up just yet. Needs to get his head up a little bit higher so he can get some good shots off.
Burgos is steering Nishikawa in the right direction to be trying to walk him over towards his fence. Use that solid barrier to allow him to posture up and trap Nishikawa a little bit.
Two minutes left here in round number 1. Again, the only way to clinch and definitively find a spot in the playoffs is a first-round finish for either of these individuals. Burgos with some hammer fists here, trying to loosen up the guard of Yamato Nishikawa, who still has the ankles crossed.
Nishikawa doing a good job defensively. He's blocking a lot of these punches. He does have some good submissions off of his back that you got to watch out for. He's tying up the arms. He's trying to get that inside position to block Burgos' grounded pound. And now Burgos has him up against the cage, and this is where Burgos can start to unleash. And with time running out at the end of this round, you'd like to see him posture up and really get aggressive with his grounded pound here. Hasn't quite been able to do it yet. You see Nishikawa controlling the head, controlling the arms.
Randy, what do you want to see Shane Burgos do to put meaningful power?
He's doing it right now. He's getting his hips in and his head up. Now, if he rests his forehead on that chain link, he can keep that elevation and pick his shots and bring the full weight and power down on Nishikawa.
Pummeling with the right hand there. Shane Burgos putting some real pepper on these shots. Running out of time for a definitive clinch. Bruno Miranda is rooting for this fight to go into the second round, because if it does, he will clinch a playoff spot. Nishikawa getting his feet on the hips of Shane Burgos, trying to create some space here. Burgos tried to knife through the middle of the guard with his knee, thought better of it to maintain the top position. Final 10 seconds here of the first round. Burgos goes back to work with the right hands. But we will see round number 2. Professional Fighters League action. Sean O'Connell, Kenny Florian, Randy Couture, cage side, inside the cage. Shane Burgos in the red, taking down Yamato Nishikawa in the gray.
Beautiful body lock by Burgos. Nishikawa aggressively came into the pocket. Burgos slipped right in, locked his hands, picked him right up and put him right on his back. Very nicely done.
Burgos has some nice shoulder pressure. You see him controlling that cheek of Nishikawa, really trying to pin those shoulders to the mat, see if he can advance position. He's trying to climb through with that right leg. If he can get the laces of his right foot on the top of the quad of Nishikawa, he can climb through. That's what he's trying to do now.
Shoulder punches by Burgos from the top.
Nishikawa is going to need to get his right arm off the neck of Shane Burgos if he wants to get back up from this position. Search for an underhook. Dan Hardy, what do you got?
You know, this is a really interesting decision, especially in the first round for Burgos. I think he would have been better keeping it standing, to be honest. You know, as Kenny mentioned earlier, Nishikawa off his back, he's got triangles and arm bars. He's difficult, he'll tie his opponent up. I think Burgos would have had more success in the first round keeping it standing. There's no doubt he can win the fight from here, but getting a finish is far more difficult.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think Nishikawa has a lot of experience on the ground, and Burgos being the bigger man and him never being shy to trade, this is a little bit surprising.
Burgos trying to get his left leg free, past the side control. Now maybe he'll go through the middle to full mount. And Nishikawa, to the point that both Dan and Kenny were making, just stymieing those attempts, making it difficult.
Burgos trying to set up the paintbrush, trying to set up that shoulder lock.
Like Americana.
Here's a look through the Ghost Cam, proprietary technology here in the PFL. Removes the chain link. Nasty shots to the body here from Shane Burgos. Yamato Nishikawa seems to be paying them no mind. Recovers his guard.
Oh, he's trying to go for the arm lock. Yeah.
Clay Collard watching backstage. He's already clinched his playoff spot. Potential future opponent for him if either of these men can find their way in the playoffs.
Nishikawa just kind of being overpowered here. Man, he has shown so much heart and a lot of skill as well. As game as they come.
Nishikawa, sorry Randy, Nishikawa needs to open his guard if he wants to get back to his feet.
Yeah, I agree. He's got to get his legs into the fight, create some space, create a scramble, hopefully get back up. Seeing the old Hoist Gracie heel kick to the kidneys from Nishikawa.
I like the aggression from Burgos, but he's not posturing up. He's not getting his weight behind those punches. And Nishikawa, of course, you got to give him credit for his toughness and his defensive abilities. He's covering up well, he's shelling up well, getting on the inside of those arms just like that. But again, I just kind of question the strategy, as Dan Hardy was saying earlier. The strategy of Burgos, I think, is not quite there.
Right on that ear.
Final 10 seconds of round number 2. Shane Burgos trying to do work from inside the guard of Yamato Nishikawa. We'll see what the strategy looks like in round number 3. Welcome back to a sold-out Overtime Elite Arena.
Ready? Fight!
Regular season action in the lightweight division. Hurricane Shane Burgos in the red trunks. Yamato Nishikawa with the flurry in the gray. Probably down 2 rounds to none on the scorecards is Nishikawa.
And Nishikawa has a chin on him, unbelievable.
We saw it against Clay Collins, we've seen it again tonight. We saw it right there as he ran himself right into the left hand of Shane Burgos.
Well, I'd love to see what he could do at 145 pounds here in the PFL.
It really kind of makes you wonder who knocked him out, because he had 2 knockouts on his record.
Right.
Obviously, he can take a shot.
Ate a leg kick and landed a right hand in return. Oh, nasty right hand from Shane Burgos. Nishikawa doesn't seem to mind. Back into a clinch situation here. Burgos planting his head on the jawbone of Nishikawa, and now he'll grab the body lock. A big slam from Shane Burgos, and this time he lands inside control. Half guard recovery here for Yamato Nishikawa. Let's bring Brett Okamoto back into the fold. Brett, what do you see?
Yeah, well, I'm seeing a lot of success from Shane Burgos on the ground, right? And his corner was saying, hey, we still want the knockout, right? We want the knockout, and we believe it will be there because he's looking for the takedown, so his hands are dropping, so put your hands on him. But man, I mean, Shane's having so much success here, guys. We've seen this before. He's got 3 minutes left, and we'll see if Nishikawa can get it up this time, but he hasn't been able to do so far.
A lot of success is right for Shane Burgos, but of course, success is relative when you're talking about the season format, because if he rides out this position to a decision victory without getting the finish, the playoffs are going to be out of reach.
I'm not sure even with 4 points and finishing this round if he's going to put himself in contention at all.
We'll wait for an update on the scenarios, but I believe a finish would still keep him in the running if OAM loses later tonight. Either way, he's going to have to earn a finish to even figure out if those playoffs are a possibility. Dan Hardy, what do you make of the strategy here?
you know, I don't think it was the smart thing to do for Burgos. You know, if he'd have got through that first round striking and he'd have tried to knock him out with no success, then yeah, make sure you're going to get the victory on your record. That's the most important thing after you know you're not in the playoffs. But I just feel like this is where Nishikawa can tie him up and keep working. And the longer this goes on, the more Burgos is going to get frustrated, and then Nishikawa's arm bars and triangles become more of a problem.
Well, it has been one-way traffic here on the ground, and Shane Burgos taking out his frustrations at the inability to finish. But Yamato Nishikawa, as tough as they come.
Now Burgos has the head of Nishikawa pinned up against the cage. Miserable feeling if you're on bottom position. And this is where Burgos can posture up. Nishikawa trying to elevate the hips of Burgos there.
Stand up and pass. Stand up and pass. Slippery. Good. Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. Collar out here. Yes.
Big left hand. Burgos tried to posture up a little bit there. If he wants to try and pull out a finish, he's going to have to get his head off of Yamato Nishikawa and get his hips forward so he can generate some real power.
Those body shots are brutal. Holy cow.
25 seconds.
Yeah, Nishikawa doesn't even flinch, doesn't even react to him.
It's going to be a long, sore flight home for Yamato Nishikawa after absorbing all these strikes. You can see.
Yes. He fucking survives the whole fucking time. That's it.
Final 10 seconds of the fight. Burgos flailing away. And there's the final bell. Dominant performance for Hurricane Shane.
After 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges scored about 30-26, declaring your winner by unanimous decision, Shane Burgos!